Okay, really quickly, I'm going to show you guys how to calculate your life path number in 3 different ways. A lot of people are interested in their life path number, but they don't know how to calculate it for themselves. So I'm going to show you really briefly. I have a whiteboard right in front of me, so let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, there's 3 ways to do it. We're going to start with method number 1, which is literally just to add each digit from left to right. So you have 7 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 3, plus 1. This, you add them all up, 9, 10, 11, 20, 23, 24 equals 24. And then from there, you go 2 plus 4 equals 6. Life path 6. Okay? That's kind of cool. The next method, and this is the method that I like doing the most, right, is reducing starting in each point. So you have this, and this. You want to reduce each of them and then add. So you have 7 because 7 is already reduced. It's 2 plus 1 reduces to 3, so you have 7 plus 3. And then 1931, you do 1 plus 9, that's 10. Plus 3, that's 13. Plus another 1, that's 14. And then 14, because, right, you have 14, 14, which reduces to 5. So you do 7 plus 3 plus 5, okay? And then from there, you have 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 5 is 15. And 15 equals 6. Once again, life path 6. This last one is more arithmetic based, and I'll show it to you right here. So 7, 21, 19, 31. And you're going to add it same way you normally would, right? 7 plus 1 plus 1, you have 9. 2 plus 3, 5. And then the 19 obviously stays the same. You have 1959. Then you add here. So 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 9 is going to get you 24, which equals, once again, 6 as your life path. Now, you might have noticed that one of these gave you a different number before you reduced it to 6. You had 2 that gave you 24 and then 1 that gave you 15. The one that gave you 15 is the one that I prefer, and I'll show you why, because it has to do with master numbers. So we're using a different example here, January 10th, 1908. For the first calculation, we did it the same way as normal, just adding up each digit, obviously excluding the zeros because the 0 adds no value to it. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 equals 20, which reduces to 2 because, the 0, life path 2. The other way, which was the third way we did it the last time, same date, adding it arithmetically, however you want to say it, 1919, 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 9 is 20 once again, and a life path 2. But when you do it the last way, okay, it's a little bit different, and this has to do with the master number. You have the 1 still because you reduce by date, so month first, and then the date, the 10th. There's only a 1. There, you have an 11 right there. And 11 is a master number, which normally you leave alone because it's a master number, which I can go into in another video. But then from here, you have 1 plus 9, 10, 8, 18, 18, which is 1 plus 8 equals 9. So you have 1, 1, 9. Now, we know that 9, anything added to 9 just becomes that again. So we're not going to get too into that. However, if you want to, take the master number, make it 2. 2 plus 9 equals 11. And so instead of this life path 2 that you now have a life path 11, which is very different. So it's important to kind of know all 3 because life path 11 is a master number. This is like spiritual teacher, okay? And it still carries the vibration of the 2. However, there's a lot of different things that you can learn about being an 11 life path versus just being a 2 life path with, some other components that made it reduce, like a 20. This is very different. So anyways, those are the 3 different ways that I calculate a life path number, right? It's important to kind of look through all 3. There's one that I prefer, and that's the one I normally do if I'm doing a standard calculation. But it's cool to understand all 3 because you might find different insights like what we just talked about right there with the master number 11. So if you have any other questions, let me know. We can go deeper into master numbers. We can go deeper into what each life path means, the vibration of the different numbers. It really doesn't matter. It's interesting to me, and if it's interesting to you, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure to reach out. I always love connecting about this kind of stuff. And peace.